Okay.
Hi family! Today I'm gonna share a recipe with you on how to make your own cheese crackers. So you can use whatever kind of cheese you want, but I'm gonna use feta. And this one is 200 grams, so that's about how much you need. And then olive oil, flour, and some herbs and spices. Oh, and some water. Okay, so first I'm adding my cheese. Since I'm using feta, I have to crumble it up, but if you're using cheddar or something, you can just shred it. And then I'm gonna add my olive oil. So that's 3 tablespoons of olive oil. 1, 2, 3. And then we mix it up.
Recording.
Okay, now I'm gonna add some thyme and some pepper. And just add as much as you want. But don't add too much, because then your crackers will be really strong. So I did pepper and thyme. And now I'm gonna add a ½ cup of water.
Water, Sandy, water.
And then I'm gonna mix that up too. It's gonna look kind of funny for a little while until you add the flour. So I mixed it so that most of the chunks are gone. I tried to get it as fluid as I can. And then I'm gonna add 250 grams of flour, which is about 2 cups of flour. So we'll add 1 cup. And another cup. Hey. 2 cups. And then we'll mix that in until we get a nice dough. Okay, so I've mixed it all in, and it's kind of come out to this nice sticky, well, it's not sticky, but it's a nice moist dough. And I think I'm going to put it in the fridge for maybe like 5 minutes to chill, and then we can roll it out, and then we'll bake them. Okay, now we're going to roll out the dough. But I'm going to cut it in half because it's going to be too much to do all at once. So you can flour your countertop or like a cutting board, or if you have one of these thingies. And then I'm going to put that right there. And I'm going to chop it in half and save this for later. And I'm just going to flatten it with my hand. Sprinkle some flour on top. And roll it out. Oops. Okay, so you're going to roll it out like 1/8 of an inch in thickness. So pretty thin. And then we're going to cut it up into little squares or whatever shape you want. And then we'll put it on a baking sheet. Now we're going to cut the dough.
Go.
I'm going to use a pizza cutter because that works the fastest. I'm going to go like this. And like this. And like this. And like this. And like this. Whoa, now I'm using my left hand. That feels weird. Okay, and they don't have to be perfectly even because they're all gonna cook the same anyway.
And taste the same.
And they'll taste the same. Really, the only thing that matters is that they're the same thickness, so they all cook at the same time. Ooh, this is the fun part. Okay, and that's good. Now we're gonna dock them. So just take a fork or something and just go poke holes in all of them. I do like 2 or 3 per cracker. Oops, I missed. Can you even see?
I can even see.
There is an easier, faster way to do this, but I'm going to do it the slow way. Just put all your crackers on a cookie sheet. Maybe I'll show you the faster way on my next batch. Okay, so I moved them all to baking sheets. I did, what's it called? Baking parchment paper on 2 of them, and then I'm not doing any on the other one because I want to see if they stick at all to the pan. But if you want, you can sprinkle them with a little bit of salt, and then we'll stick them in the oven at 375 degrees for about 8 to 10 minutes until they're nice and crispy brown, and then if they're not, we'll leave them in for a couple more minutes. Okay, so one of my little pans of crackers came out looking nice and crispy, like that. My other ones were still a little light colored, so I flipped them over and then I put them back in the oven and they're almost done. Okay, here are the ones in the heart-shaped pan. These ones are nice and ready. You don't want to eat them while they're hot, like most things. You want to wait till they cool off. So I put them on the baking sheet, and they'll be ready to eat soon. Okie dokie. That is all of the crackers. Now I'm going to let these ones sit on the pan to cool off because some of them are still pretty light in color. So if they just sit on the hot pan, it'll help them get a little crispier. But like these ones are good. So these ones must have been a little thicker than these because these cook faster. So there you go. Voila. Cheese crackers. They're really easy and they're really fun, and you can make it with whatever kind of cheese you want. And whatever kind of herbs. Yeah, so there you go.